either madness or brilliance.
That's got to be the best part I've ever seen.
This is either madness or brilliance.
That's got to be the best part I've ever seen.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the one and the only Rumboyz Fantasy Network. It is your boy, the host, Rumboyz Robbie, the Admiral, and I would like to welcome you to Rumboyz After Dark. We are bringing on our very loyal, our very esteemed panel of analysts across the whole entire sports world. Some of us fantasy football analysts, some of us NBA, combat, whatever you declare, we have you guys covered here whenever we are on air. I do want to make sure that it is known tonight's episode is not for the faint-hearted. With that also being said, I do love and appreciate every one of you, not just the panel, but every one of you that are here in the chat. Cheers to me. Cheers to you. All the Rumboyz and girls, what it do. Arrest the cops that murdered Breonna Taylor and paralyzed Jacob Blake too.
Dilly,
Dilly.
Dilly.
Ooh, right off the top, so everybody knows what we're about today with the Kaepernick jersey. Shout out to the Admiral.
Yeah, big up to the Admiral. That's that autograph thing too, huh? I see.
Yeah, this one is the auto Kaepernick jersey. I'm rocking the signature on the back. Y'all already know what it is.
Yep. Big up to Cap, man.
On the back.
Big up to Cap, man. They didn't even know what he was doing. Man, and what it stands for. More than
a matter of fact, this jersey, this jersey was sent to me during my I won't even call it a stint because I'm still here and I'm still fighting the same shit.
During the Genesis.
Yeah, during pretty much the beginning of I guess this channel's awakening. We've always been woke, but this channel's awakening during the beginning of that. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Clock Mansion Fantasy Football, who sent me the Kaepernick signed jersey. Clock, do you want actually? Normally I would just tell you to tell people where they can find you and follow you, but how did this jersey come about? Why did you send it to me of all people?
Oh man, because I respect what you're doing out there, and I knew it would mean more to you than it would mean to most people. So I was like, man, if anyone deserves to have this, it's Robbie. So let me send this out to him. He's doing a lot out there in the community, and I respect what you're doing, man. And I thought you would appreciate it. I got one hanging on my wall right now, and I knew you would like it too. So.
And I want to add, as you guys are both military veterans, war veterans, like I know that had extra meaning too because of the misconception that people thought he was doing.
Bro, that's what pisses me off about that whole. Sorry, I know we haven't even done introductions yet, but that's what pissed me off about that whole thing the most was he talked to the military before he did that. He talked to his buddy who was sitting next to him the first time he ever protested. Because that dude was like, hey, in the military, when there's an issue, you take a knee. So that's what you should do to show that there's an issue in the country. People might take sitting there as disrespectful. So take a knee. And that dude stood next to him because he didn't want him to do it alone. The first time he ever protested.
Amen to that. Ladies and gentlemen, we aren't even into tonight's show, but there goes Justin already dropping hot.
Yeah, sorry.
Isms.
So the voice that you guys just heard, just heard there, Bogard representing the Give Me Money
Give Me Money
network shout out to GMM Network. Make sure you guys follow them on YouTube on our homepage here on our Rumboyz YouTube and rumboyz.com. Bogart, talk to the people. Tell them where they can follow you, and honestly, whatever the fuck else you got to say before we get into tonight's show sheet.
Hey, you know, talking about, you already know where y'all can find me at the GMM, everything. You know, sub on GMM on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? But more importantly, you know what I mean? This one here tonight is for the strong at heart. You know what I mean? Shout out to Kev. We were in the thread earlier, and he was saying, we might be disenfranchised, but we ain't weak. You know what I'm saying? That's why it kind of inspired the concept for tonight. Like, this is for the strong at heart. You know what I mean? Because we got to be strong in these times. You know what I mean? And
absolutely.
In general, I don't even want to say these times anymore, because to be honest, this shit been like this. It's just it's in the
forever.
light now. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, forever. Like honestly, tonight's show is gonna be completely different. Like, if you're not touched by what happens tonight on air, I feel so sorry for you.
You have no soul.
Yeah, you have no soul.
Yeah, log off.
Ladies and gentlemen, representing the Heart to Start crew, he is known as as the other guy. Ladies and gentlemen, we have finally gotten the other guy of the Heart to Start crew on the podcast. Go ahead and shout yourself out. I'm gonna let you do all the spoilers, bro. Honestly.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all having me. I've been waiting. I've been texting Kev, JD, like, man, what can I get on? When can I get a spot? So I'm super grateful to be here. I'm humbled to be with the vets in the game, and got a lot of knowledge, and you got the brand is strong. So I appreciate being here. Brody Cortez on Twitter. You can catch me on the Heart to Start fantasy podcast. That's kind of how what got me here today. Rocking with Guccini, JD, and Kev. We got our battles on air, and I come try to just bring a little bit.
Hey, and I want to add, he does bring that ism. You know what I mean? He's
trying, Kev gonna put me on the spot, so I gotta have something for him.
Yeah, I mean, and man, everybody check out. You guys just dropped a new one, right?
Yep, today. So we touched on a little bit today earlier in the show, but I'm glad this is a perfect show, the first one for me to get on. So,
oh yeah, man, welcome, my brother, man. We glad.
Yeah,
to have you.
I was like, I hope you're not mad about today's show sheet, but it's important. Ladies and gentlemen, representing Rumboyz.com. Miles, fantasy football Peacock. Miles, talk to the people, man. Get your intro.
What is up? You guys always do all the intro for me. Obviously, I love it. The call of the Peacock is strong. I love to hear everybody's different take on it. So that's all. It's the best. It's great stuff, and I'm glad we have the chance to go back and record that and listen to that. I'm going to remix all that into a song and make it the intro for my next season's podcast. But you guys know it. You guys know where to find me, obviously, with the Rumboyz crew, always rocking strong, all the things that Robbie just said. And, of course, rocking strong with my brothers on here on this panel. A pleasure to be here with the show topics that are on for tonight. So you know how I do. You know where I come from. I'm from deep down South Texas. I live on the border where there's some border violence. I can kind of relate to some of the issues that have been going on here, and I've seen it as well because I have, family members and other folks that are close to heart with things that have been going on most recently. I don't want to say in these trying times.
Prejudice got no prejudice, right?
Exactly.
Ironically. You know what I mean? Like,
no, for real though. Like I'm so apologetic to the staff because I wrote today's show sheet without. I thought about how you guys may felt, but I was like, I think that these are my homies and they're going to support me no matter what.
Yeah, I mean,
and then when we did it, and then when I got some personal phone calls behind the scenes, and like people were like, "We have to do this. Like this is fucking happening. This is where it's going. This is the direction, and this is what needs to be happening." So I appreciate all of you guys for being here, ladies and gentlemen, representing one half of the Heart to Start crew, another half of the Heart to Start crew. We have two members of the Heart.
It's a trifecta.
But you guys have seen him before. He messes me all the time. He calls me big bro, and I view him as my big bro. Ladies and gentlemen, JD Gucciani. This is it. What? Gucciani
falling from the sky.
What?
What's happening, fellas? We gotta
Man, what's
get that
happening?
dough, man. Hey, this is a great episode. I'm glad to be a part of this shit, man. I'm always glad to be a part of anything that y'all dropping, man. And y'all know Kurt said where y'all can find us at, man. We all intertwined in this shit, man, building this power circle. And this is a great show to be a part of tonight, man, especially to have bro on here dropping his opinions. And we finna get it, man. We're gonna touch on all this shit, man.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. Really quick, I feel like we have kind of went around secretly and talked about what tonight's show is going to be about. I'm going to be completely honest. If you haven't figured it out, well, then that's your own personal stupid ass fault. Because we are going to be. If you don't see what I'm already wearing in my square, allow me to make it bigger for you in case you didn't get the social justice statement. If you didn't get it before, get it now. Okay? If you didn't get it before, get it now. Buy my fashion statement off the brick. Tonight's show, we are talking about social injustice. We are talking about police and prison reform. We're talking about a lot of different things to where, honestly, you may have not have heard us talk about and how it relates to the world of sports. But this is Rumboyz After Dark. This is the outside of the lines version of Rumboyz After Dark. We always call out First Take and Around the Horn. But tonight, we've done a lot of investigative work to be the reporters on the right side of history, to help you guys, protect you guys, and to make sure that we're doing our part as just honestly people that have their voices. Like, fellas, can we say that? Can we as people that have their voices? Are we doing like we're just doing this episode for that reason, right?
Yeah,
Surely.
I mean, we
Like-
alive. We alive. Then as long as we alive, you know what I'm saying. We got a chance. We got an opportunity to speak.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying. I
You
feel
guys
like
saw me. You guys saw me already marching the streets. You've seen me pass a law.
passing legislation, everything.
Here we are a whole month later after passing legislation and shit's not changing in our country. And I get that I have passed legislation in my own city. So what I have passed in my own city does not affect borders other. But we're going to talk our talk tonight. We're not going to condemn our athletes that have spoken out tonight. Tonight, I feel that I'm going to do something that may not necessarily be written in our future children's history books, because what we do here is minimal. But if I can influence one, then god damn it, I am doing it. Fellas, are you guys ready to dive into tonight's show?
Let's go.
The NBA postponed and canceled games until tomorrow, following police in Kenosha, Wisconsin, shooting Jacob Blake in the back 7 times.
Snapping.
7 times. Was while he was checking on his kids. Despite whatever justice may want to come out and people want to say whatever, the NBA protesting, was this the right move? And we're actually going to begin today with this is it. What? JD, how do you feel about the NBA protesting and canceling games following the Kenosha, Wisconsin shooting of Jacob Blake?
The players did what they were supposed to do. They trying to force the owners' hands. The owners is multi-billionaires. Money is power in this country. Capitalism. I mean, if y'all want, because right now, the owners, they talking about canceling the CBA and all that because they don't know about the fans coming in and shit like that. Well, look, we gonna take a step back. Y'all worried about putting money in y'all pocket, but yet the people that we serve, the people that, sports is an entertainment business. People come to watch this shit to get away from what's going on in the world, but they fucking stand and taking money out of their owners' pockets to force their hand to come and try and help what the fuck is going on. And if in any sports there is, you have multiple minorities that are the majority in the sports. You know what I mean? And so if you can't feel what we going through, then I don't know what the fuck is happening. Then we ain't gonna work. You know what I mean? And if we ain't getting no money, and that's on the whole table. And so if they put in their pockets, what they get to the stuff, then you can't nothing but stand with them dudes. So I feel it.
Now, JD. Before I move on to our next panelist, do you feel like, as a sports analyst, that you felt some type of symbolism to stand with the players? And I'm gonna ask this as we pass the baton, this question off with you. And I want everyone else to remember the original question. Do you feel like there was some symbolism with you as a sports analyst to maybe have some type of solidarity or to stand with the players? And I'm going to turn this back over to you, and we're going to keep on going around the horn.
My thing is, they not even players right now. They men.
Yeah.
Men in this country, whether they be black, white, the whole whatever. They men right now. They standing for something. And if you don't stand nothing, you're going to fall for anything, man. So without a doubt.
Say that again.
I come from the struggle. Off top. I come from this shit. And I seen this shit every day of my life. I'll be 40 years old December 18th, bruh. For the last 40 years, even though 1, 2, 3 years old, the motherfucker ain't know what was going on, but the motherfucker seen how this shit go, bruh. Without a doubt. So as men doing what they doing, I stand them off top.
Let's go, Miles. Talk to them folks, bro.
Yeah, right on with everything JD was mentioning, especially about the money side of it with the owners. I mean, couldn't agree more. Spot on, man. Perfect. Dude, the whole situation, the reason why this comes on, like Robbie was saying, I mean, he's out there making a move. We're trying to make a change. There's things going on, and yet these things keep happening. The NBA players had to do something. This is a call to action. You know, it's not a time to stand back. This is a time for, hey, right now we're the only thing going on. Everybody take a look. There's more important things than just NBA playoff games. There's more important things than making money and putting money into the rich man's pocket. There's way more important things, like the lives of innocent, unarmed black men trying to just live, of minorities just trying to live, oppression, the hate that's being bred into this country by the leadership, the system. So, and we've talked about it countless times, man, and it's going to come back to this probably on every topic. And that's what it boils down to. And it's not going to stop. It's not going to change until people talk about it and understand it and they recognize it. And I'm wearing glasses tonight because there's going to be several times where I'm probably going to break down, and I don't want people on camera to see tears rolling down my face right now. But I mean, shit, dude, it's saddening. It's sickening, the things that happen, and there's double standards. There's other videos going on of white people doing the exact same damn shit, and nothing's happening to them. They're getting pats on the back and being called heroes, you know, and
vigilantes.
Vigilantes for real.
Those are other topics, you know, that I'm sure we're going to get into. But I mean, I don't have much else to say. I'm just saying that the players did what was right. They did what was up. That's a woke thing to do. And it's a call, like I said, it's a call to action. It's telling people to wake up.
Ladies and gentlemen, I do want to put this out there. We are going to try our best to keep this on sports, but nothing is going to stop our passion of trying. This is beyond sports, of what Miles had just said. This is about enacting change and really doing something with our hour, 2 hours here. We're going to be sitting back. We're going to be having drinks. We're going to be accepting your donut hype. Like, we're going to be doing all those things. Anything that you throw, we're throwing towards a different foundation, a different structure, something to build up the community. Because you know what, guys? It's too important.
You ain't lying.
It's too important. And we're at a point to where if we have a voice, we have 2,000 plus subscribers organically. We have never cheated our way to the top of the mountain or anything. If we can help 2,000 some odd people see what many of us on this staff are going through, and many of us outside this staff may be going through, then God damn it, we're going to use our voices to do so. I believe next on the take is the other guy.
Oh, yeah, the other guy. Yeah, sorry.
Yo, talk to him, G.
Yeah, first, like touching on what JD said too, but first, I want to shout out the Milwaukee Bucks for having the awareness to kind of kick this thing off.
Oh, yeah.
Just because I think they're the first team, correct me if I'm wrong, they're the first team that really, they walked out. This isn't anything they discussed with anybody. They didn't ask permission to do this. And I think shout out to them for having the awareness to know this is happening in their backyard, right outside of Milwaukee. And even though they're not there, they still, had the awareness to go ahead and do this. And so shout out to them and the organization for that.
And Cortez, if I'm not wrong, one of their players, and let me go in and zoom this out really quick.
Sterling Brown.
One of their players, Sterling Brown. Thank you, Justin. Justin, for being so educational tonight's episode. One of their players, Sterling Brown, a victim of police brutality. Do you feel like that your acknowledgement before I allow you to continue? And I'm sorry for interrupting you, brother, because you're making such an intellectual take. Do you feel that incident may have affected this team any more so, as long as we're on the topic of sports and social justice at the same time?
Of course, I think that 100% that it affected that team. But I think even behind the scenes, it's probably affected everyone in an NBA locker room, whether you've gone through it yourself or a brother or a cousin or a father, whatever it is. I'm sure it's affected everyone in those NBA locker rooms. So, it hits hard in all these sports. I've seen baseball guys crying on panels and, guys being emotional. And it was an emotional day just to see these things keep happening. And, and these people at the top that make money off us, like JD was saying, these owners, and you can't relate to us and you can't understand what we're going through. Not even just sports, these record labels, these radio stations that off of black men, black women, black trauma, and all these things, and they still can't relate to the things that we're going through. It's kind of a slap in the face.
Amen to that, brother. Amen to that. Bogart, talk to the people.
I mean, man, I actually really appreciate what the NBA did. I mean, I love that. I love what our Heart to Start compadres had effortlessly has said. You know what I'm saying? Where motherfuckers is just regular. Outside the joint, motherfuckers is regular people. You know what I mean? They get profiled and pulled over the same way. You know what I mean? Half the time, it ain't until the cop comes up to the window and he's like, "Oh my God, you're so and so," or you know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I mean. Like, it don't matter. You know what I'm saying? And although they are superheroes, in the sports world, like JD said, they're men. And I love what the NBA did, because the NBA is a true worldwide sport. You got players from every country, and it's kind of like that bad kid. That little evil, the bad stepchild that does some fuck shit because nobody sees it. But now we're living in a day and age where everything's on such a global scale, specifically the NBA, where you got players from everywhere and their country. You got players from Greece, you got players from the Ukraine, everywhere.
It's a very diverse game.
Yes,
international,
and they're watching this shit and seeing them Americans. You know what I'm saying? That America over there, they on some fuck shit. You know what I mean? We're supposed to be.
I wonder where that Euro step came from.
You feel me? Step back on them. You know what I mean? And it really makes me feel as an analyst that it is symbolic, because even us, we're just motherfuckers that love sports, and we got some ill isms. Yes, we do, right? But we're still regular motherfuckers too. Yeah, just because we're on live on YouTube and shit like that.
And we're not 6'7".
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying though, no matter what you do, at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? We really are all the same. We really are all one. But you know what I mean? The powers that be, quote unquote, because I don't like to call them the powers that be, you know what I'm saying, what that indicates. But these motherfuckers on some fuck shit. You know what I'm saying? These owners, you know what I'm saying, these bigots, etc. You know what I mean? I wanted to go harder. I used the word bigots. You know what I'm saying?
No, dude, we're starting early. This is still the first topic.
Yeah, we just started. You know, and I ate the mushrooms backstage, so it's just saying pretty soon Luigi's gonna have something to say about this. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. No, shout out to the homie, good old Pete up in the chat though. Yo, good old Pete. We're happening Streamlabs, man.
Big up.
Streamlabs.
Big up.
Big shout out to good old Pete. We got to turn to the Jets.
Yep, shout out to my man Joe.
Man.
Shout out to all the homies in the
That's
chat.
our guy, man. And shout out to everybody.
Tonight's stupid important though. Let's get into who's next. Justin, tell us some folk.
Man, before we even get to get into sports though, I mean, we just lost a legend that spoke about this with John Lewis. I mean,
oh shit, I missed that.
John Lewis. I mean, a great quote from John Lewis is, "Do not get lost in the sea of despair. Be hopeful. Be optimistic. Our struggle is not the struggle of a day, a week, or even a month. It's the struggle of a lifetime. Never ever be afraid to make some noise and get in trouble. Good trouble, necessary trouble."
Damn, that's a dope quote. That's a dope ass quote.
Damn, man.
This the dude that was walking side by side with Martin Luther King, and people want to talk about it like today. They talk about these looters, these rioters, they're violent, they're this, they're that. But, that's the exact same picture they're trying to paint, 40, 50 years ago. Exact same narratives that we had 50 years ago. You look back in history and everyone's like, oh, of course everyone loved Martin Luther King. No, everyone did not love Martin Luther King.
Justin.
Yeah, they were trying to persecute him too.
First, I want you to talk about how you feel on the first opening subject. But then I also want to talk about no. And fellas, I'm doing this for real. Justin, I know you in a great deal. Okay. Me and my missus, okay, as me and my new girl that I'm with right now, okay. We both tell each other, make sure you come home to me. Make sure that you're safe. We said our be safe does not mean the same thing as your be safe. You are with someone that is a person of color. Do you, along with tonight's question, do you feel like that this has affected how you approach or not, or like your love? I want to know from your world, from your standpoint. I mean, how is everything really like affecting you right now?
Well, I mean, with this stuff, like for me and my wife, like I don't worry about her as much because like we don't do much. Like we stay home, that stuff. I worry more about my daughter. She's a teenager going out and like she's going out and doing stuff, doing teenage stuff. So I worry like you're more likely as a teenager to have interactions with the police. So I worry about that stuff, man.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel it. I got a 19-year-old.
Do you feel like that, like as a father, you shouldn't have to have those conversations, but you find yourself having them?
I don't think as an American you should have to have those feelings. Like no one should have to have those feelings as an American.
That's deep.
Yep.
That's this shit was supposed to be over, 60 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
That we're supposed to deal with it then. And like it's insane to me that people think that it is over. Oh no, we don't have these issues in America no more. That's just insane to me. Like if you think that, then you're willfully ignorant.
You're insane. You're doing the same thing over and over and over again.
I can send you a clip of a politician explaining why, since they can't use the N-word anymore and they can't do this to discriminate, now they've done this and this and this with wording and laws to disproportionately hurt people of color. Like it's been planned for the last 70 years, and they want to act like it doesn't exist, even though they're on tape saying that this is what they're doing. It's insane.
Amen. I believe we had someone that was that was speaking up during that take. Can I get that voice one more time? I think it was JD. Or no? Was it Cortez?
Nah, I was just agreeing pretty much with everything you were saying.
What's that?
I didn't say though.
Well, okay, let's go. Let's keep it in order. Bogart, how do you feel here about our next take here? Or actually, I'm gonna start off with our next take here because Justin finished that one off.
Okay.
So MMA fighter Colby Covington tweeted at LeBron to give up his privileged life and take on the hardest job in America by becoming a cop.
Yo, hold on.
Wait.
No, I got my back because I know the question. Go ahead, finish the question. I'm sorry.
Thoughts on Covington's tweet, and should he research where LeBron James came from?
Yeah, I was about to say, yo, don't even speak up till you know if you know something. Bogart has a saying, you don't speak on anything you don't know about. Like, I don't go to the dentist and I be like, hey, yo, this is how you fill this cavity. I'm not a fucking dentist. You know what I'm saying? This motherfucker should not speak on shit like that if he don't know about his background. You know what I mean? He came from Atkins, bro. Bro, that's motherfucking, that's the hood, B. You know what I mean? Like, bro, Atkins is a motherfucking, that's the Lolos, bro. Like, and no, he's not gonna give up his privileged life that he played hard,
that he earned,
and did
he
earn.
got out of Akron.
Yes,
like Akron is hard body.
And bro,
say, look, it's not a privileged life if you
if you earn that shit. You know what I'm saying? And he's privileged to do what he wants. He's privileged to do what he wants now with the shit he earned. You know why? Because he's privileged to be like, listen, I ain't playing for you, motherfuckers. We're putting this whole thing on pause. You know what I mean? Because he's still gonna see those children and all the kids that look up to him. And how the fuck do you think he would go to sleep at night thinking that he wasn't, taking the right stance, the automatic stance, organically and naturally, because that's where he came from. And he's still that same dude, just got M's and M's on top of M's.
Yeah, oh yeah.
You know what I mean? For real.
Got a whole school. Like,
that's what I'm saying, bro.
Yo,
hey,
keep going.
Bro.
You got it. Show.
Yeah, go ahead, Cortez. Go ahead.
The whole school sending 18 to college.
Yeah, these dudes, they don't know what they're talking about, man.
So how you feel, Cortez? Then go and talk to the folk. Go and talk to the folk.
And I'll just say, shout out to JD. Long hair don't care. No. Boys,
Hey, he laid it on.
About, y'all just said how Akron is in a hood. Akron is a hood. There's hoods everywhere in all 50 states, right? But this young is taking he's taking underprivileged people and giving them a higher education for free, bro. If you got some type of degree behind your name, do you know where that was going to get you in life? I'm a high school dropout, bro. I'm fortunate enough to be able to take care of myself because I got lucky and got slid into a job. But if you got a degree behind your name, do you know where that's going to take you? It's going to get you somewhere without one. That's for damn sure. And salute to LeBron and everything that he's doing and what the fuck he stand for, bruh. Because he going to stand up and speak what the fuck he say, and he going to put his actions behind it.
And that's the key thing right there.
Love that shit. I love that.
So LeBron James has donated more money to the Boys and Girls Club of America, the After School All Stars, the Children's Defense Fund, Gabriel's Angel Foundation, than Kobe Covington has earned in his lifetime.
Like, oh my God!
This dude wants to talk about, what are you doing with your? You need to give up your career. Yeah. Like, you need to make a career still, Kobe. You're not anyone. You haven't done shit. You lost a belt you didn't earn.
Justin, did you just simultaneously prove that Rumboyz reporters are better than full-time reporters?
Bro, and
like, I think you just drove a point.
And then, all right, and then he's telling LeBron that he needs to go be a cop, right?
Oh,
LeBron needs to go be a cop. Well, why don't you go be a cop, Kobe? Why don't you give up your privileged life? Like, why haven't you done that? You're the one that's in there saying that this is the hardest job. And have you ever been in the military, Kobe? Have you ever had to leave your
at Kobe Covington?
Yeah,
I already
read your tweet. Read your tweet.
Hey, at Kobe Covington, read your tweet from me. I posted that same tweet in a screenshot to Instagram to your bitch ass last night, bro. Fuck getting in a ring with you. I don't care about getting in a ring with you. Ride out on a deployment with your boy. I'll clean up my system. I'll go back and re-enlist, dog. And I guarantee that on a range, I'll have more restraint for a real life fucking terrorist than you do. I have already been through locking down a prison in fucking Kandahar, bro. I have already had my tower gunner at the 240 knock down motherfuckers.
Talk that shit.
From a tower because we were getting invaded. You want to talk real ass terrorism? You want to talk about a real enemy that does not give a fuck if I am black, if I am white, but as long as I speak American English, I'm an enemy. But you want to make a big deal over my life, of my skin color, of my shirt color, just fucking mattering. This is America.
Bro, and he wants to talk about Kobe Covington wants to talk about these NBA stars not playing because of this, right? Like, oh, you know, they're privileged, right? Dude sat out of a fight because he wasn't getting paid enough from UFC. Like, oh, but you want to talk about them standing up for a cause they believe in, but you sat out because you didn't think your paycheck was high enough because you were only getting paid, you know, $20,000, $30,000, $40,000
Kobe Covington. Kobe Covington. Hop up in a fucking Humvee with me and put your bitch ass in the turret.
Hop on
in the turret. In the turret.
You think he's intelligent.
In the turret with the 249, bro. In the turret with the 249. Let me take you on fucking knocking talks through a fucking desert, bro. Fuck being a cop. Let's go march through a fucking desert, bro. Where they all just hate us equally.
Yeah, no
Bro,
shit. We don't know where the
gonna
enemy's
lie.
coming from, or either. You know, it could be a civilian at any point. You know, in disguise.
I mean, every piece of trash on the ground could be a bomb.
Exactly, roadside stuff. But you know what?
Hey.
And out of all of this, shout out to Shaq, who was a street cop out in fucking Miami, tackling people, taking them to freaking school, doing his deal. I don't see Kobe Covington.
He was hitting them with that Shaq food, bro.
I don't see him coming over with Shaq, you know, and doing all that crap or whatever. And also, shout out to my man Killer Mike right there in the back. If you can see him right there, we'll run the jewels in the background. You know,
Big up to Killer Mike.
Bro, Killer Mike has a series that you guys should check out.
Yeah, on
everybody
Netflix.
should check out. If you know who Killer Mike is, check him out.
And you gotta understand, Killer Mike's dad is a police. He's
I was about to say that.
So Killer Mike is on both sides of the spectrum, seeing how this shit go, though, bruh.
Hey,
So
I'm former military.
shout out to him.
I want to point this out to everyone before anyone wants to come on here and talk any of their shit. Let me just reveal my record before you can even pull it. I come from Southeast DC. I enlisted at 17 years old. I was military police at 18 years old when I turned 18 during basic training. So, if anyone wants to talk any shit about any topic, especially a topic regarding a 17-year-old holding a fucking firearm cross state lines, guess what? Cheers to me and cheers to you, all the wrong boys and girls want to do. Motherfucker, I got time.
I got to get another beer for that.
Today I got time, cuz.
Today I got time already.
I got time today, cuz.
Kobe Covington just wants attention. That's all he wants. He wants people
Kobe
to know who he is.
Kobe Covington,
Yeah,
you want
that's some
attention?
clout shit.
Kobe Covington, you want attention?
Kobe Covington's the Value Village Conor McGregor.
Kobe Covington, you want
He's the homeless man's Connor.
Kobe Covington, you want attention? Let me take you back to 2009. Let me
I think I know where you're going with this.
I'm sorry, let me take you back to 2010.
Yes.
Let me put you on Bagram Air Force Base. Let me put you up in that 240 Gunner Bravo Tower. That 240 Bravo Tower.
Bro, I've watched.
Let me have you.
Hold on.
Let me have you. Let me have you reenact the fucking day and day act of what my homie had to commit from a fucking tower. Let me let you know how the fuck I felt from a C-130 getting knocked on my back as enemies were penetrating our fucking gate. Let me let you know what 5.62s feel like, blood. And Kobe Covington from the Rumboyz Fantasy Network as the CEO. I'm glad you invite you to be the biggest fucking hero that you think that you are. Because I promise you, I will knock you the fuck out your shoes.
Hey, can I say this?
Off your
Yeah.
shit, bro.
Kobe, you are dumb. Kobe, you are a dumbass. Hey, Guccini, what's your take on Kobe?
He already voiced it. We all
Did
voiced
he?
it.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. So I knew I had that right. That's why I hit him with a dumbass.
Look, bro. The thing, I just wanted to say one more thing though. What Justin brought up about the earnings, he brought up the dude's career earnings compared to somebody that done donated some money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where is your thing, your paper trail of you doing anything for anything, bro? So all your opinions and shit right now, man, that shit is hot air, bro.
Kobe Covington's biggest donation was to Donald Trump's campaign.
Oh, fuck that guy, Kobe.
Justin, how big was the donation? Justin, how big was that donation?
Oh, yeah, let's get petty. Let's get petty.
I'm about to get petty. I'm about to get real petty.
I want to say it was 30 grand, but I got to double check.
30?
Broke boy.
Yeah. Hey, Rumboyz Fantasy Network. Ladies and gentlemen, I need you from here on out to share from here to motherfucking November. From here to motherfucking November. Share every single one of our streams. Donate to every single one of our streams. I don't care if it's $5. I don't care if it's $10. Guess what? I'm beating that number.
Let's go.
I'm beating that number. Do you know why? Because I'm not a coward. I serve my fucking country.
Yeah. Talking about be a cop. What the? Give your head a shake, Kobe.
Let's stop giving this guy all the clout.
Bro, we're going on. We have another dumb.
Good. Shout out to 309 Brewers with his peanut butter stout. Give me money because, man, this thing is like pure straight peanut butter.
Peanut butter snout, give me money.
Snout.
Yo, he got the voodoo. I had a voodoo earlier.
Hey.
Okay. I see you. No track 7.
Bobby, speaking of this stuff, we got some bills or?
Oh, yeah.
You got some Pilsners?
Nah, fuck track 7 tonight, big bruh.
Yeah. Hey, but you know what?
Bills to pay?
Yeah, speaking of give me money, let's go ahead and pay some bills.
Yeah, let's go to. I'm so sorry.
I know,
man. Hey, listen, man. We letting you do your thing, B.
I'm gonna take a break from the seriousness here for a minute.
You're one of my friends, bro. You're another peacock. We got to let you fly from time to time.
Exactly. So we're gonna let.
Hey, we all got peacocks.
We're gonna let Justin start off with the very first ad of tonight. Justin, taking them away.
Yeah. So I know we're being real serious right now, but this is a sports show after all. So I do want to talk about making some bets. We all sports are coming back. We got football about to start up. Yeah, football about to be back. We got basketball going. You know, we got all these sports. I think hockey's even going now.
Oh, yeah, it's been going.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to catch up now that Seattle's got a team. But you can go to sportsbetmvp.ag and place bets. It's a new website. It's incredible because they got an awesome interface that's easy to use. They actually show you the betting odds. So you can actually go in there and see the betting odds so you're knowledgeable on what you're betting on, no matter if you know those teams or not. And then also they're going to match, we are going to match whatever you put in up to $1,000 if you use the promo code RUMMVP.
125% too. That's how much we match it.
Yeah, 125% up to $1,000.
You can't lose.
And then on top of that, your first $25 of bets, risk-free. You lose, you don't lose no money. You win, you get the money. So there's no risk. That's not even a bet at that point. They're just giving you money.
Give me money.
Give Me Money Network. It's sportsbetmvp.ag, and they're up and coming. People switching over from other sites to these guys. I highly recommend it. And also
hit them with that promo code one more again.
Use the promo code RUMMVP, and you get everything matched up to $1,000 at 125%. You're not going to find another website out there that'll do that great of a deal for you. Make sure you head over to sportsbetmvp.ag.
Hey, everybody, one time. Ric Flair. Woo!
SportsBetMVP.
Give me money.
SportsBetMVP.ag. Promo code RUM MVP. Let's go and dive off into our next commercial. Bogart, hit him away with that. Oh wait, no, it's me actually.
Yeah.
Bogart.
Hit that sportscaster, B.
Make sure you guys check us out live on sportscaster.com. Also, check us out on Sportscaster iOS on all your favorite Apple devices. That's your tablet, that's your iPhone, whatever it is. We have access to your iWatch, bro. For real. We have access to over 1,000 different podcasters, 1,000 different color commentators. We're all calling games. We're all calling sports. We got the action over on sportscaster.com. Also on the app at Sportscaster. That's without the E. Sportscaster. Once again, without the E on all iOS devices. Check it out, ladies and gentlemen.
Unlike some websites, they don't take a percent when you donate to the content creators.
Ooh. Hey, not only that, you get those great push notifications for everybody too. All your friends who are out there putting great content up. Like Rumboyz is putting out a show. It's like, hell yeah, there I am on Sportscaster watching.
Hey Justin, I recently heard they're giving all donations 100% to their sportscasters. Did you hear that?
I did. Wow. That's incredible because not every website out there does that. In fact, no other website does that. So make sure you head over to Sportscaster, drop some dono to your favorite content creators, and they'll appreciate it a lot more there than anywhere else.
Hey, you ain't lying. Miles, talk to them about monkeyknifefight.com.
Oh yeah, obviously, guys, I love monkeyknifefight.com. That's where I like to go because I love that cold hard cash in my pocket. The DFS there is off the chain. They got everything from MLB to the MLS.
What else?
International soccer. You got NASCAR. You got
what else?
UFC. You can do the over under the more.
Oh, there's some more.
You can place the bets on just about anything. You can play home run derby. They have all different kinds of gameplay.
They got curling.
You know what? I wouldn't.
You know I got to get my curling props in.
These guys are the bomb. If you love to do that and play some nice little sports wagers on some deals, get over to monkeyknifefight.com. Use promo code Rumboyz, all caps, and that's with a Z. Promo code Rumboyz, all caps, with a Z, and we will match you up to 50 bones on your first entry. That's right, folks. You can put it up there all the way up. You don't have to put 50 bones up. You can do 5, 10, whatever the minimum is, all the way up to 50, but we will match whatever you put in there. That way, might as well just take advantage of the whole thing. Throw the 50 down, you can win a hundo. You know what I'm talking about? So get on over to monkeyknifefight.com. Use promo code Rumboyz when you put that in. Bet on anything from, top to bottom. They got all the good stuff there. Make sure you hit those lines. Check us out. We have all the content creators, our articles on our website to help you out with those. Check it out.
Monkey Knife Fight, give me money.
Rumboyz.com, give me money.
Rumboyz.com. One time. Ric Flair. Woo!
All righty, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna start with Justin for this topic. Justin, way to keep us on par with running those ads.
Yeah, I got you, man. I was like, man, I'm drinking a lot. This is a long ad. I gotta do it before I drink too much.
No, that was perfect. I
mean, I gotta do them justice,
Hey, you know what I'm saying? He's managing the clock. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about?
Chicago Bears great linebacker Brian Urlacher had some not choice words following the NBA and NFL teams refusing to play and or practice and process of recent activities. Like, how do you guys feel about Brian Urlacher's words? We start with Justin.
I mean, it was stupid, and it sucks too because I really like Brian Urlacher as a player, like watching him play growing up. So it's always sad when you have a player that you respected growing up, and then they say something that you're just like, "Why would you say that, man?" Like it's just stupid.
Me with Brett Favre and the dick pics.
Did he send them to you too?
Yeah, I did.
God damn. I see that we're going. Pause.
But yeah. Yeah, it's like it's upsetting, man. Like, but like I can't say it's shocking, but it's upsetting. I would like to see him show, even if you feel that way, just have enough like forethought to be like, maybe I shouldn't voice this Opinion. Maybe I should ask someone before hitting send on this tweet. And if If the
only.
person that I'm around says that I
From
should send that
Hensei.
tweet, maybe I should be in a different crowd.
I need somebody to manage my tweets after 2 a.m.
Just
Bro,
make your
you need
phone.
Well, I
both.
need someone to manage my tweets after Rumboyz After Dark.
I need someone to teach me how to tweet. I'm like, I know how to retweet,
Right.
y'all. Like, I'm like,
Hey, on that take, we're putting him right on his front and center. How do you feel about Brian Urlacher's message?
you know what?
I'm not even gonna do that to you.
I'll make mine quick, right? Brian Urlacher, give your head a shake. And Brian Urlacher, you are dumb,
Dumb, dumb, dumb.
Brian Urlacher, you're a dumbass.
I love it. Like,
Nice take, Bogart. I love it. I love it when you keep it short and simple like that because I get your main message.
Yeah.
And I missed some of your isms, but they'll come back in the next round.
Listen,
so I'm cool with that.
don't worry.
Oh, Cortez is like he big chief. He's like, I got some shit.
Yeah, go ahead, Cortez. Brody.
He is always overrated to me anyway. So
Yes.
No.
Get on him.
Good thing
Get
Jimbo
on him.
You didn't deserve that, Madden.
Briggs on the other side of him cleaning shit up.
Yeah, you ain't lying.
Didn't deserve
Yeah.
that. Madden
You
cover.
ain't never had an early IDP before he said some stupid shit, bro. That's what that was.
Didn't,
That's all.
didn't deserve
Yeah,
the
get
cover.
on him. Hold on. Let's talk about how he's overrated some more.
Like, they need to go test the dude for like CTE though. Like,
I was saying, get him.
For real,
Yeah,
like-
he didn't deserve that Madden cover. All right, take it off. Right? He was on the cover of Madden, right? He's like, didn't deserve it.
Hey, and that's why he started getting hurt too, dumbass.
How do you feel? How do you feel, Miles?
In the words of my father, when he's feeling buzzed, and it's anything I have to say, really, he'll just turn around and be like, "It's irrelevant." What Brian Urlacher said is fucking irrelevant. Who gives a shit about that motherfucker, man?
Yo, I love how you
Brian
got super.
Urlacher.
I love how you got super Mexican. Like, who gives a fuck about a motherfucker, man? Like, you went there, like you made sure that we knew.
that's how you know he's mad about it.
They're starting
Oh,
to kick
yeah.
in, dog. It's starting to kick in. But you know, like my dad would say that shit. He's like, who gives a fuck about that motherfucker? Come on.
Hey, Miles, how do you feel about gringos?
Hey, if they try to be nice and they can try to get down with the culture or whatever and respect it, I love them because they overpay on everything.
Yes,
Mind giving it up.
facts.
You don't know what we know, but we know. Y'all don't know what we know, gringos, but we know.
Yes.
Oh my God. This is it. What? JD up in the squad, Rumboyz. What? Guccini.
Man,
Talk to Guccini.
this motherfucker, right? This boy Urlacher. So, on top of what the motherfucker said, look, I just seen some shit where his brother got busted on some gambling like type ring shit with a motherfucking cop. Right? Then this motherfucker is at the White House a week later with Trump. You know what I mean? Kikiing and all types of shit. Then the motherfucker. Hold on, let me pull this shit up right here. Hold
Yeah,
on.
bust that
What is
thing.
this boy's name? Who is Free Kyle Rittenhouse? This motherfucker.
Yo, fuck
liking-
that motherfucker,
Fuck that
bro.
motherfucker. Keep him locked up.
So look, where I'm from, if you come to a motherfucking anything with a crime and you got gloves on, it's premeditated, right? So I'm looking at a picture where Urlacher liked it, where Kyle Rittenhouse has a motherfucking AR-15 in his motherfucking hand with some blue surgical gloves on, but he talking about free this motherfucker. What was his intent?
Bro,
For real,
bro.
This shit is some old deep ass shit.
Here's my bigger question. What if you were I? What if you were I, JD, were to have an AR-15 with some gloves on? Oh my God!
Nah, dude.
That would be
Come on, bro.
done. That would be
And come on, man. It's
and walking
premeditated.
towards the police with it,
Oh,
and walking towards a police car with it.
Or even running away from them. What about running away from them without it? You know what I mean? Even
You
that.
base yourself right.
You know?
I ain't got
look,
nothing else to say, man. Fuck him, bro.
Look,
On
yeah,
everything, bro. You
yeah.
talking about free this motherfucker and the whole shit. But you had your whole career
Bro.
in Chicago where it's raining bullets every motherfucking day, bro.
I said it
You
again.
ain't
Like,
said
no
nothing about
percent.
that shit. You ain't did nothing
Yeah,
about
hey,
that.
Bro.
hey, shout out to the bros, man. They'll tell you, man. They grew up out there. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to the bro.
I know the bros is very disappointed in Urlacher's dumbass comments. You know
Bro,
what I'm saying?
listen, hear me out, bro. Hear me out. It's taking everything in me to not go back in my closet and pull out my piece and be like, if I were to do this, I had the exact same fucking setup.
The AR-15,
I have the collapsible buck stock.
surgical gloves.
Don't tell everybody that.
No, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this straight up. I don't have no gloves on.
Listen,
For fun.
they don't want to see me with the pirate sword.
Hold on.
All right.
For
You know you're not doing it when
fun.
you're liking pictures of Mongos, bro.
Yo, straight up. Like, hear me out.
Sorry.
A 17-year-old had the ability to get the exact same loadout as me as a military veteran. He had the ability. We carry 4 in a pouch. He didn't have, I get it. He didn't have border tracer. Cool. He didn't follow NATO. I get that. Civilian shit. Whatever. The motherfucker had full battle rattle, ready to rock.
Yeah, dude, come on. You talking about intent? Come on.
And there's a video right before everything went down where he's like, "We don't got no non-lethals."
Bro, I'm not. Justin,
What the fuck does that mean?
Justin, I don't know about you, bro. I don't know about you, bro. But I've never been deployed, and have had like. Well, I always when I deployed, I always have that many mags on me. I never use them.
Yeah.
I have never. I shut down a prison. I was a part of a mission that shut down a whole Iraqi fucking prison, bro.
Say that again.
I had knives and jail shanks pulled on me constantly. I have never shot someone in the back. I have never had this. You want to know when I had discharge of a weapon? Look it up. Look up when I had when I had to really do it. It's in records. It's not a lie. It's not covered up.
Hey, let's talk about that then, man. Speaking of, motherfuckers getting shot in the back. Man,
When I'm overseas, every bullet that I fire has a slip attached, and not literally. I have to file. I have to account. I literally have to account for every fucking round that I fired.
Literally my job.
It's what it is. If after dead.
Hey, Justin, what's it called? What's it called?
Ammo consumption report.
Thank you.
I filed like that. I did that for probably the majority of my time in Afghanistan.
Thank you. Every time I dispense, there is someone on the receiving end. I dump somebody knows that one fucking round. One round.
There's literally 3 reports that have to be done after every time you fire a bullet.
That's good.
I will pull out my fucking whole folder.
But that's what blows my mind.
Hey,
we literally take it more serious.
Yeah, the
over
police
in the Middle East fighting terrorists
Then we
to
do it
shoot
at home.
at terrorists than we do in America shooting at American citizens.
Yep.
That's
Which
what I'm
blows
saying.
my
Like,
mind. And then, but then people want to defend it like,
No, because it's
man,
the job of the
that you
local
make the
cops,
police's
city
job
cops,
too
but, you know,
hard. They can't do their job if you
the-
put these restrictions
I
on them.
don't know.
Motherfucker, we do it in the middle.
like county sheriffs and local.
I don't
city
know why they
cops,
don't model.
you know?
They don't model like the local PDs across America. Why they don't model that? You know that.
We know that in foreign countries, it's like twice the amount of time. It's like twice the amount of time to study and then graduate from an academy than it is here. You know, just about anywhere.
But I had to study. I had to listen. Hear me out. Hear Justin out. Before we could ever get certified to strap a M4 or a M16 on our chest, we had to go through severe amounts of stress training and pressure. And like, honestly, I don't believe that they go through the same thing. There is no way that you're gonna tell me.
These are the third string guys that got cut from being an offensive lineman at your high school football team, dude.
And then you got former military dudes
in high school. They was getting bullied in high school and take it out on the ones that they seen. That was the popular, so-called popular kid in high school.
I would get the former military dudes too, but like I think part of this should be like the police need to like be harder about who they let in. Because there's lots of former military dudes that have like extreme PTSD and things like this, but like that's not allowed to be held against them. Well, it probably should when they're holding a gun and deciding who lives and dies. Like maybe you should worry about people's mental state at that point.
I've literally ran out of fucking I've literally used my 2 sets of handcuffs and been like, "Can you bring me some zip ties?" And I've had to wait.
I was going to say zip ties. Sorry. But I was going to say, Justin, while you were on that about the mental state of these officers or whatever, the same thing. And I was talking to somebody, one of my buddies, a bar buddy, about this because, I stay in contact with him because we trade beers and stuff. But anyway, right. And he's an older gentleman. He's probably like my dad's age or whatever. But we were talking and all this stuff about politics. And he was like, that this certain politician has been in office for 35 years. That they were interviewing somebody in his 60s, and he was like, "That guy's been in office since I was 21." I mean, how are things supposed to change when there's no term limits on some of these fools in Congress? You know what I'm saying?
And like, no, I am by no means
bigots.
By far, I am by no means a Donald Trump supporter.
Yeah,
but
say that again.
But one thing that Donald Trump said when he was running for president, the first time, which I mean, I'm smart enough not to believe everything he says, was that he was going to make term limits for all politicians. And I'm like, man, I really agree with that.
Yeah.
And when he won, that was the one promise. That's a lie. That was the one promise. He still didn't get my vote. But that was the one promise that I hope that he upheld. And of course he didn't.
Come on, bro. Hey, I said this. I said,
and he's still standing there talking about the swamp and blah 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 at his rally he did yesterday. And you got Mitch McConnell's been in the Senate for 40 years, sitting there like cheering him on. I'm like, dude, you're the dude he's talking about. You are the swamp.
Hey, and the sad thing about people here in my area is like once a Latino makes over like 50K a year, they're automatically Republican.
Oh my God, I hate
than everybody else.
Hey, coming from a Dominican,
bro.
I'm from a Dominican, bro. Like in our own community, we have people that are like, I'm finally legalized. I've been here for 13 years.
I'm a citizen.
Fuck you. Like I'm a citizen, and it's like.
I have a friend that came to America from Mexico illegally. He's now a U.S. citizen. Yeah, he's now a U.S. citizen, owns his own company. He makes very good money, and now he hates illegals, and he voted for Donald Trump. Bro, you are the exact person. Like, you're the exact person that Donald Trump hates.
How did we? What the hell?
Hey, Brody, Brody Cortez, what you feel about this whole shit?
Yeah, we gotta get Cortez, bro.
I know kids like that, like whose parents was immigrants and worked hard for everything they had, and they came from nothing, and they running around talking about Trump. So I see a lot of this shit, and I speak my mind. I'm a former baseball player, so I got friends from all, but I'm from the hood, so I came from a whole, like, you know, I've been around many walks of life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, I seen the whole shit. And so I let my voice be heard, and I don't let my friends that, you know, I grew up with, I don't let shit slide on Facebook or none of that. I'm commenting quick. I don't even be on Facebook like that, but I got back.
He's
got to let motherfuckers know, like, nah, man. Like,
But I'm
bringing the house. Like, this shit ain't gonna fly.
Yeah, like, don't get comfortable with that.
Yeah, I'm from Southeast DC, bro. Like, I'm from Southeast DC. You know, I'm from literally where all this shit, like, shit happens in my own backyard.
I love DC. I fuck with DC. Shout out Chocolate City.
Yeah, big up to
Hey,
DC.
yo, this man knew the Chocolate City, yo. What's good?
Robbie, I went to DC one time in junior high, and that was it.
I love,
bro.
I flew out of the airport there one time.
Nah, we did.
I went on a trip to DC with my pops, and like I was in high school, like 16. And
I went when I was 14.
He went out and he came through. I went to the lobby. He down there with hella chicks. He was doing the thing. I was like, DC really with it. And then I went back when I got older, and I love DC. That's one of my top. That's in my top 5 in the country.
Yeah, big up to DC.
I really want to go there because, like, I'm huge into like history and things like that.
Yeah, I went to the museum. I did all that stuff.
Justin, you would enjoy so much more about DC. You enjoy our local food.
Oh,
our
yeah.
local music.
That's anywhere you go.
Our
anywhere.
culture.
But I want to go there and like go see all.
Yeah.
Hey, if any of y'all come down and hit me, or hit me, I don't say hit me up. I say hit me down here because I'm at the furthest south point of the United States in Texas, basically.
Hey,
but you get to
I'm gonna go ahead and say this
for sure.
Yeah, I own some property. I own some property down in outside Dallas. So next time I'm down there, I'll hit you up.
No, who doesn't own property in Texas? We all own property in Texas. I got property in fucking San Antonio, bro.
I inherited it.
Property in Texas is cheap, bro. No. Everything in San Antonio's a shithole.
Big living, dude. Actually, everything in Texas is bigger, except for the prices on things.
Yeah, you're right.
It's
the
weird.
Property, like, because you got so much land that, like, just out there.
Because it's right on the border. It's right on the border.
Look, just stay out of the big cities except for Houston. Houston's great. All the other ones pretty much suck except for.
No, hey, I want to shout the homie Tez really quick. I want to shout the homie Tez really quick because it's like, yo, you actually know what go-go is? The Heart to Start boys have the full back end.
Yeah, I know what go-go is. That's the music.
Hey, I just started following the Heart to Start guys up on Twitter. I gotta make sure
that's real DC shit.
Got to make sure I get all the rest of them in there.
No.
A couple DC rappers too. I fuck with Wale, of course. I fuck with Glizzy. Glizzy go crazy.
Glizzy, Wale and Glizzy, or Wale's a homie, but me and Glizzy were
A Marie is the hottest shit out of DC.
A Marie's the homegirl. Me and Glizzy, we don't actually like each other. Like, we literally do not like each other.
My bad, bro. My bad.
I got some beef.
like literally, like, I can go on there and say that, yeah, that's not done.
I'm fucking with the Rumboyz, man.
Yeah, exactly.
I got your back. But if I ever that, it comes up at I'm hanging out.
I'll send you guys a music video. Off here. Let's get into the next topic, though. Oh, bro, I have yeah. There was a Once Upon a Time in 2012.
Where's the Heart to Start crew from?
My primo's a Houston rapper, just FYI.
We up in Northern California, man.
Oh, that's right. I remember.
Bro.
Okay, that's right.
Yeah.
Are you guys all? I know Kev is a Niner fan. Is everyone a Niner fan?
Yeah. I see the hat up there.
All 3 of us is Niner fans.
Bro,
honestly, dark.
Out.
I know West Coast IPAs are just dark when I pour them into glasses.
No.
New England IPAs are real
light. IPAs
like the receiver.
Too, I live up in Seattle. You got every shade of IPA you could ever want.
I love Seattle too.
That makes sense.
I'm a 49er fan living in Seattle, bro.
They got the rainbow beers over there.
That's my
you got it hard right now.
Yeah,
hey,
right?
fellas.
Fuck the Seacocks.
But it's got a lot easier last 2 years.
Fuck the Seacocks.
Hey, fellas.
Hey,
Hey, but
I want to bring this up right now. I want to bring this up right now.
Carson. Chris Carson, don't die on me on the field, all right?
Give me money.
Chris Carson, give me money.
Hold up, fellas.
Yeah,
I want to bring this up right now.
Robbie. Come on.
I know.
Just listen to you and Guru's ECR show too, bro. Y'all.
Oh yeah. Carson. Yeah. Hey,
we just gotta retrain our focus. We just gotta retrain our focus. We gotta make sure the message is direct tonight.
It's still there.
But no, for real though, I love the fuck out of all y'all.
Love you too, big dog.
For sure, man. There's nothing but love on this channel for everybody on here, and of course,
love how passionate
you gotta think though. Love is what's gonna make this shit better. If you spread the love and continue to show it, even though one fucking and don't want to reciprocate it, you got to keep showing it, bro. Because love is what's gonna make this shit better, though, bro.
Bro, say that again.
My Rick James gift in the chat earlier today.
Say that again.
Honey.
my Rick James gift.
You ain't lying, cuz.
Hey, fellas, I got a real last question. So we all play fantasy football. Should we remove?
Oh, this is a good one. This. Hold on, real quick. This one.
It is.
Hold on. This one's from me and Robbie because I chop it up with him like on a daily, and like this one came through organically. He was
the next two, but yeah.
Yeah. This one, yeah. Spoiler alert, my man. As Luigi's here. I
was like, I'm ready.
I was gonna say we all know what's on the show doc.
I am Luigi.
I sent everyone the same show doc. But should fantasy football players remove the term owned in regards to a league that is 70% African American? We start with JD.
Man, that shit don't bother me on owners, bro. You know what I mean? This is a game outside of the game, and a lot of them men that play the game that we play, bro, they fuck with this shit. You know what I mean? If they get to saying, "Oh, we don't want to hear that shit," towards us, then it's cool. You know what I mean? But when they talk about the motherfuckers that's writing their checks and they consider them not employees and equals and shit like that, then that's when I got a problem, bro. You know what I mean? So when they get to speaking their opinion about, oh, bro, we don't want to be referred to as that, because no matter what we do in life and how much money you make at the top of the screen, and I can go to every fucking box, I don't give a fuck how much money you make, bro, or where you at in society, my nigga. We equal, no matter what, bro. But if they feel some type of way towards that shit, then I got to, reconsider how I feel. You know what I mean? But further notice, if they ain't got no problem with me saying on camera, on live, whatever this shit is, talking about them, oh, I might have a few chairs, or I might own this dude in this league, whatnot. If they ain't got no problem with it, I ain't got no problem with them. If they get at me personally or indirectly, whatever
I think the word shares is different. I think the word shares is different than ownership.
I think I can talk. It's not. I don't think it's
Miles. Actually, we go to Miles. Kev just jumped up in this thing.
Yeah.
Shout out to Kev.
We'll get to Kev right now. I'll pass the baton to Kev. I'll be short, but just to touch on what Robbie was probably going to go to and thinking that he doesn't think it's the same. I think it might be kind of the same as the fact like you're looking at a player as an investment, as like a piece of stock maybe, and then when you use the word stock, it kind of, I don't know. To me, it seems impersonal. You know what I'm saying? And you want to have some sort of care as a general manager when you're drafting players. You want to have a personal. You want to have that. And at the end of the day, I understand it's a business, and you're gonna have to make some moves money wise, right? Eventually. But we're fantasy players. We're throwing down, minimal cash and then pretending to be in this situation. So we can
fantasizing.
That's right. And we can limit those terms that are a little bit derogatory or show that like we were in charge, because honest to God, all these players that we own in the league are, we never get to that status. So why are we trying to empower ourselves by doing that? I feel like that also degrades the players in a sense. You know what I mean? So, that whole, and then it goes back to the terms like trade block, being on the trade block, like used to, slave auction type of deal, auction drafts. It all comes back to that type of deal, especially when it's 70% African-American players. So you kind of have to look at it, take a step back and hit it as a precautionary way, kind of change this before it does become a big issue. And it continues to drive that type of thinking towards everybody else and makes it normal. It's a systematic type of thing when you put terms in like that. Why not change it to a manager instead of an owner?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or
me as a fantasy player, I have X amount of shares.
Yeah, and shares is fine as a stock kind of term because, I guess you could do it. A certain player is an asset to your team. That's fine, but not like, I own him. Instead of owning
I feel like we got to remove
him, I have him rostered. You know what I'm saying? So and Yahoo came out with a statement, I think, or somebody came out with a statement, and they gave a secondary kind of response to some of these terms that are a bit, over the top, as far as it basically is based on trading.
Like, I'm gonna be honest. I'm pissed off the whole fucking fantasy. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna piss off every fucking single fantasy analyst.
Let's go.
I've been in this industry long enough to where, and I built a good enough fucking following off of it, honestly. It's where I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna just fucking say it. And if you don't like me, well, SMD and GOMD, suck my dick and get off my dick.
Yeah.
And
fuck
I
you,
say
FCC.
And I say this because how can you play fantasy football as someone that is super on the other side, dumb conservative, the same people that are like, I'll be honest, I'm calling y'all motherfuckers out.
Let's be
I'm calling y'all motherfuckers out.
The white analysts.
So if you're on Twitter, if you're on Facebook,
they're probably not still listening.
If we work in the same industry and we are on and we're talking the same shit, nigga, I'm gonna put a shot for you right now because this is your funeral. I might be signing my own funeral. I promise you before I sign my own funeral, I'm signing your funeral. All right? Here's first off.
An eye for an eye.
Here's first off. In the fantasy football industry, we need to create more fucking fantasy football industry jobs for minorities. This is an independent industry. This is an independent industry which can only be changed by the independent inside. I am big enough to where I'm able and I'm willing to lay my claim, to lay my own bottle, to lay my own shit.
Make them walk the plank
on what the fuck I'm going to do to produce the greatest of the greatest of the next. And we have Justin here. I once had JD Rants on the channel.
Oh no!
I had
Bobby.
Yo, I will go deep into my records. I have never discriminated anyone. I've never anything. We give everyone equal opportunity. So you know what the fuck what? All of you analysts out there in fantasy football that want to run around the last couple of weeks, last couple of months, and want to be like, let me sit
I don't talk politics.
I don't want to talk politics.
We need to hire a rum girl though. For sure.
I don't want to talk fantasy football unless it's about fantasy football. Yo, honestly,
yeah, fuck your life.
In the words of Triple X, suck it.
You know what? One of the terms I hear a lot that is true is silence is violence.
Yeah.
Bro, but all right, I'm be honest.
Say that again, Kev.
I'm gonna be honest. There's a certain point when in an industry where less than 4%, Kev, guess who's in that 4%? You and me and Bogard.
The ism spitters.
When less than 4% of us are represented across a whole culture of fantasy football, and there are fantasy pros. I'm gonna start dropping names.
Hey, bro, I'm just a name. I kind of inherited this.
Hey,
this
shout out to Corrupt. He's calling out names.
There are
Corrupt Young Gotti.
I'm
the
like 95,
headliners.
95% Mexican, bro.
There is
Yeah, he's like,
Gotti.
I'm one of them too.
There's-
Corrupt
there
Young
is
Gotti. He's calling out
NFL
names.
Network. There's NFL
Nice,
Network.
nice.
There's ESPN. When there are all of these networks and all of these big time channels, fuck it. Y'all want me to really piss people off? When there's BDGE, when there's not a minority analyst and you make it to a certain level and you cannot acknowledge that there's a problem in the sports broadcasting and the sports podcasting industry.
Shout out to Real Deal, man. Shout out to the homie LQ too.
Yes.
Shout out to Real Deal.
Yeah,
I'm
big
so
up.
disappointed.
No, I meant to shout him out earlier because I saw
listen.
his text. I was like, hey, shout out, but I forgot. Sorry, Real Deal.
Someone on Twitter today asked, where are the black podcasters? Where are the black sports podcasters?
I want y'all.
Specific tweet.
I want everybody to guest on my podcast. I'm gonna do a as many part weekly series, everybody in a row. Like, get on my fucking podcast. We're
Let's
just gonna
go.
talk about this
Bro.
shit.
Hey,
There was literally
I'm
a
on.
tweet today. Where are the black podcasters?
Hell yeah, man, that's dope though.
You know what's not dope? You know what's not dope?
There's not
Me
that
and Real Deal been in the industry for the same amount of time. I was mentioning that tweet. Real Deal wasn't.
Hey man, that's why I brought
That's
up
a
his
problem.
name, man. That's why I brought up his
Hey,
name
Robbie,
because he's
but
doing his thing.
I see you doing that thing. You tagged us in the thing talking about you partnering up to help minorities and brothers in the industry.
That's right. I like
You
this
know what I
shirt.
mean? I really didn't get a chance to look into it, but I know you were gonna feed us with what it really entails. You know what I mean? As you get more into it, for sure.
Hey,
Bro,
like I said,
it
I like
is.
to have a series going on my own thing, even though it's real
There-
small. I can feature it on
there-
anybody's site.
There are broadcasters. Okay, across all races, literally making at the MILB level, the minor league level, making $500 to $1,000 a month, barely eating to get ramen, right? Because you got to think, if you get a flat tire on your way to the stadium,
Hey, real
you
quick
gotta think
though,
about-
Top Ramen give me money. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
Real
gang,
talk. You feel me? With the eggs in it, bro.
there are
man,
literally
I would've-
broadcasters out here. There are literally broadcasters out
Hey
here.
Bogart, that's that Asian. We both got Asian.
Yeah,
We
you
got that
feel me?
Asian shit.
Filipino.
But there are
feel
broadcasters out here that aren't getting the day by day needs. So therefore, certain broadcasters, because they come from certain backgrounds, don't have the needs to progress them, the privilege to
Emphasis on
progress them
the privilege.
past certain means. Mommy and daddy may not have a credit card or a debit card to hook you up during college to get you through. It's not that we don't have qualified minority broadcasters and analysts. The problem is we don't have a system to bring up these minority broadcast analysts, because a lot of these minority and broadcast analysts that could really do some shit, honestly, look like me, come from where I come from, and are me.
Bro, I can't name a single black female fantasy football podcaster. And like, I feel bad that I can't.
No, you're right. I don't know any either. Off the top
I mean,
of my
it's
head.
also, you gotta also think too. It's just a small industry that's really been picking up in the last. I think more so.
I feel like it's a huge
to go
industry
on
because I
It's
see
a
people,
huge
it's a
industry.
huge
I see people with
industry,
like
but it's-
20,000 followers, and I don't have
No,
not even a
it's a
portion.
huge,
of that.
it's a huge industry, but the momentum is picking up more.
Have
and
you
more
looked at
over
what
the past
Jamela
year.
Hill? Have you looked at what
Right.
Jamela Hill?
But we
had
know what
had
she
to go-
went through. You know what I mean? She
Yeah.
went through
Yeah.
being censored. You know what
And
I
then
mean? So,
fired or whatever. And,
you know what
Yeah.
I mean? There is a
brilliant shit.
censorship, and that's what I was gonna get to. Is more like what along the lines of what you're saying.
Yeah, like she's
Overall,
not
it
getting
needs
Joe
to
Rogan
be-
type treatment. Just go ahead, be independent, and
Overall,
get
it
your
just needs to
shit
be.
off.
You know what I mean? And I want to ask you a question. You ain't gonna like this, Robbie. You want me to ruffle some feathers right quick?
Do it.
Yeah, do
I
it.
want that shit. I
You
live
ain't-
for
nah,
this
you
shit.
ain't gonna want this. Look, my boy
No,
Jay,
do
the fantasy plug. I never really said nothing. I had thought about it, but he brought it to the attention, and he said he reached out to the Monkey Knife Fight people and said, "Look, y'all need to look into changing your name. I ain't feeling it." You know what I mean? And they
Ooh.
said, we're going to look into changing it. That's what their response was.
And
So,
if they want to,
and that goes back to the words you were saying with the ownership of the fantasy.
Yeah, that's true, man. Because that's a direct.
Even with the ownership, it's how the context used. So if a player had a problem with them doing it, then I agree 100% with them. I never looked at it like that.
Bro,
but when you see like things on YouTube talking about the nursery rhymes and how a lot of them started and a lot lot were racist,
that's true.
Yeah,
Monkey Knife Fight is no different. You know what I mean?
I gotta say, like,
take it a step further.
I would say that that's not like something that they probably were aware of. You know what I'm saying, though?
The combine? What was that? What was that, Brody?
How you sitting there taking notes and taking measurables, and it's kind of like the auction type shit. Like, I don't know. I feel a certain way about the NFL combine as well and how it's structured in that way.
I think, like, so for the own, like, I own this player and stuff. Like, when I say that stuff, like, when I'm talking about this stuff, I don't like to be like, I own this dude. You know, like, I own this guy's name. Like, that makes me feel uncomfortable to say that.
You know, I drafted this guy here.
Yeah, I got this guy. It's like at this point in the draft, and it's a great value for and you explain it in context, but just like the statement
or something, I guess.
The statement, just like you own this person is like,
just like if I phrase it in a way that sounds like I'm saying I own this person, that doesn't sound right to me, and it makes me feel uncomfortable to say that.
You got owned, dog.
Yeah, it just makes me feel uncomfortable to say something like that. But at the same time, like, you know, I see people saying it. I see athletes like Juju, I know, is a huge fantasy football player. And he's like, oh, I own so-and-so in my fantasy league. So I also get like,
yeah, but Juju's also 20 or whatever. Like, he's young,
I know. And so I get like, if it's not bothering them, go for it. But I'm a big, like, I don't think you should get rid of it completely. I don't think that it's like a horrible thing that comes from a place of hate.
I think it should get phased out eventually.
But also the same thing, like I said, I don't feel comfortable saying it, so I make sure I'm careful with my words when I speak.
I'm very
and I make sure that
as well.
Yeah, I phrase things in a way that I would not say something like that. But at the same time, if someone else were to say it, I'm not going to be like, fuck you, man. Because I know that it's not coming from a point of hate. Like, I get it's just a phrase that's used in the sports industry. And whether it's right or wrong, like, I think it's still to be determined at this point, really.
If there's like a motherfucker, like he's like a KKK wizard and he's talking some fantasy football shit and he's using that word, bro.
Wait a minute.
He's not in my league.
Yeah, we ain't having that. He's not yet. I'm just saying though, like, you know what I mean? Like, you can't listen. All bigots don't even use the word own or even like that's a question.
He's burning a cross on my front yard and asking me for fantasy advice at the same time.
Hey, bro,
damn,
we beating that motherfucker down. We beating that motherfucker down.
Hey, but for real, like I'm gonna be honest. I am not gonna use the word owned. I'm removing that.
Yeah, I like using the word guardian. That's my guy.
That's my guy. That's my guy. Like, I have shares. Like, I'll treat it as stock.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's a game, so it's a fantasy stock. But you got to realize, and I think that's where it comes from, because people are looking at this like it's a character from a video game. Yeah, I own that character. No, it's not a character. That's a real human being, though, bro.
Yeah,
and I will say this
what
too.
You're saying.
The reason this question is prevalent. There you go.
Prevalent.
The reason this word, I mean, this question is prevalent is because we're living in extreme PC America, where like their motherfuckers are trying to find any way to cancel anything, and like
you know, that
yeah,
shit.
and
but Bogart, me and you, we talked, and me and you, we were like, we're not gonna say that. We're
because
not saying that.
Because you know what, too, bro, is like it's just one of those things.
You even said it first. You were like, I can't say it. I
was like, I just don't.
When I saw this, I thought
the cool thing is, though.
This has been my stance on this ever since this shit started. Ever since I got into fantasy, though.
Yeah, it's been something I've always thought about.
Yeah, like that just don't sound right.
Because people always talk about, I own this player, and like the first time I said it, I was like, that don't feel comfortable.
But also a little bit of back. My bad, Guccini. I'll make this quick. A little bit of background story on why I always thought about this is because I always, I'm a motherfucker. How I eat mushrooms and I'll ponder things. You know what I'm saying? And like I got to
I'm
ponder.
still waiting for my package, but anyway.
Yeah, hold on. Allegedly, I got to I got to pondering. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, you know, like it's even going back to Roman days, even or slavery. Like you know, they would because the gladiators, they were slaves.
It started in the Netherlands, but yes,
and that's kind of that's what sports is. It's these owners. You know, they got these players and they goddamn. You know, they're gladiators, and then they go to another owner. Hey, my slaves versus yours. Like it could be interpreted in that sense. That's why I thought this question is prevalent. You know what I mean?
Well, it's a good take.
And that's why they should allow more minorities to be able to purchase teams.
Exactly.
And you know what I mean? And
we say that again.
Or some. Or just some, not even more. Just some.
No,
even just any.
It's the same with businesses and
some is the same.
People try to go get loans for businesses or people. I got a friend that he just was trying to sell his house, and the lady wanted to know a little bit about them, so they had to give her information, and she looked into them and automatically judging. She didn't even take the offer after they thought they had the house. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So it's bigger than just, and that's just. I'm not even. I'm just using that example to just say that.
I mean, I live in
bigger than that. My sister did the same thing up in Houston, dog. So
hey yo, I might be moving out that way too, though. Kev, I might be moving out your way.
I live
in. Man, I gotta set up.
We trying to get we're trying to get up out that way.
I live in a diverse community here, and like, there's a neighbor. One of our neighbors, they have a little boy. He's black, and we got a bunch of kids in the neighborhood. They all play together, and one of the little girls, she told the boy that her mom told her she's not allowed to play with him because he's black.
Oh no!
And then, of course, the mom posted. We have a Facebook community group, so she didn't say.
My wife's in one of those.
She didn't say who it was, but she is like.
We all know real quick.
So I know it's one of three people.
What was everyone's response? What was everyone's response to that? Because
I mean, like I said, I live in a diverse community, so the overwhelming response was, "Well, she should probably just move out of this community." Then,
hell yeah.
My thing is right now we at a point where everybody needs to fight it head on if that's what you believe in. And I'm not saying go out there causing fights, causing trouble, but when you see a situation like that, do what we do. If I see somebody, I try to politely check them. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Politely, tell them, well, that's not cool. And damn, you really feel that way? And you know what I mean? Not to,
like when you and I
let them make you feel bad, because you're not going to change everybody's. But I feel like for everybody, and I asked, what's the response from everybody saying that? Because if everybody feels like she's wrong, well, I think everybody needed to go tell her, hey, you're wrong for this. Instead
the mom didn't feel comfortable saying which person it was. Like, I mean, there's a limited number of little girls.
They trying to hide on.
So it's one of three families.
Just overall, you know what I mean? It's like that's what everybody. That's the side.
And see,
it's like
and
good
that's
or evil. Which side are you on? Because
I completely agree with you, man.
I do want to say this. It's plain as day. It's literally black and white. You know what I mean? Like there's no gray area these days. You know what I'm saying? Like you're either just on this side or not. You know what I mean?
Hey,
and it's crazy.
And it's good or evil.
I'll tell you this.
I feel like it's become more
neighbors,
apparent.
Man. They're all cool. I got black neighbors. I got white neighbors. It's a multi.
That's what I'm saying. I got
and everybody's walking down the street.
community.
We're all friends. Like, hey, come inside. I got some food.
Okay. So here's a more important question.
All right.
Especially for those of us that, because I live in a neighborhood like that. I can literally shoot video tomorrow where I live across from people that have a full on. We don't talk to them. We don't like them niggas, but they have a full on.
I mean, that's your choice, right?
They got a full on Confederate flag flying, dude.
No
you are Bogart. Bogart knows. Yeah, Bogart knows.
Yeah, fuck those motherfuckers.
I'm in Washington. We got we don't quite got Confederate flags, but they got the American flag with the blue stripe, the black and white.
Boom.
With the blue stripe.
They're telling you something.
Oh, that's just as bad.
That's the police flag. That's the police flag. That's the Blue Lives Matter flag.
Hey, fuck 12.
Or the Don't Tread on Me flag. The Don't Tread on Me flag.
I will scrape my ass against the don't tread on me flag.
Hey, look, I have we're from Texas, and the old come and take it was always awesome, but now I feel like it's being used the wrong way. So like, I don't even want to fly with that no more, with a cannonball and shit.
Yeah.
Like, just like, what are people doing, man? This used to be cool. Now it's like, can't even be.
Yeah, they turned it into something else.
I'm a Trump supporter. Shit.
Like, fuck.
All of a sudden.
Damn it.
No, he was joking.
No, I'm just saying, like,
and I feel like
for having the flag, now I'm a Trump supporter.
I used to be like a moderate person for politics, like very moderate. And
look, dude, I graduated with a political science degree, and I was so turned off when I graduated with my college degree that I never wanted to go into politics again, which is why I didn't pursue my degree and keep going to law school and stuff. Now I'm just a videographer, and I work like lawyers hire me to take depositions and film it for them.
And I ain't gonna lie.
Another thing I learned in college too, like that.
Like I got so disheartened.
Everything, like
like
politics is anything and everything we do. You know what I mean?
Hey, let's be honest.
The system's broken. Like,
in fantasy,
it's a system that was made.
Wait.
Hold on, in fantasy, right? In a fantasy league. Tell me though, to a degree.
Yeah.
We are all politicians in a fantasy league.
You gotta be a politician in fantasy football. Bro.
Yeah. In fantasy leagues, we are lobbying motherfuckers.
You're lobbying, you're working behind the scenes. You're making trades.
I'm saying this jokingly, but it's real.
In the chats, you're fucking
with that said,
smoke screens.
You're like, dude, I love your team. You did such a good draft.
Hey.
So they like you a little bit more, build some capital.
Maybe you'll
there.
trade with me later.
With that said,
it's a dirty game, y'all.
With that said, hold up, really quick. What message do you believe bettors, and fantasy players send over? What message do you believe bettors and fantasy owners send by overlooking social justice issues? In regards to the BLM protest, ICE protests, and so on and so forth, many issues that we're dealing with in this nation. Do you feel like that it's okay for tweeters and bettors to kind of be like, I'm not going to talk about it today, versus really just saying something?
Man, you talk on Twitter, bro. If you go on Twitter, it's like a million people saying any and everything. I try to keep away from it and not, you know what I mean? It's just, it's hard, bro. You'll never win that battle. You'll never win that battle.
Yeah, I feel like, no, they don't need to, like, I don't do it on my Twitter for clock management. Like, I don't address politics in any sort of way, anything that's controversial.
I just
avoid that stuff. Yeah, so I could stay on topic and I could talk about fantasy football, because otherwise it's going to get so off into whatever field, left field or
diluted.
Yeah, and we're not even going to be talking about sports no more. And so, like, I just, like Miles said, I just posted today on my Twitter, like, if you want to talk about politics, go ahead and add me on my social medias. Like,
but should you be able to bet on a league that is 70% black, but at the same time talk about all this other anti-hatred shit? Like,
you
I don't feel
definitely be able to talk about it just based on it's on the fantasy exists because it's entertaining, and it's entertaining is because the hardest the you know what I mean.
But it's entertaining because real life impacts it. It's entertaining because real life impacts it.
No, for sure, but it's still that brings their dollars.
Hey,
that brings their dollars and comes back to those athletes at the end of the day. Those athletes going to get paid more because those people who don't like them are watching their sport.
To be real too, because ratings when they started to drop, like, shout out to Cap, man. Like, it's so crazy how the league they turned their view on him, because at first when he was taking a knee, ratings dropped. Ratings actually didn't drop drastically because of the fantasy enthusiasts kept the ratings up, because people that were just casual fans or even just fans of their own team and only watch their team, now they're playing fantasy. So now they're viewing more. So and with all these TV contracts and everything, that does help fund the players, bag. You know what I mean? Like,
and I've worked with people who, like, my work environment is overwhelmingly like far right people or right wing people who
because you work with
but they're big football fans, right? So like when Cap was doing his thing, a lot of these dudes were like, man, I'm so upset with football. I don't even want to watch football, but they're still joining my fantasy football league and they're still watching football every week so they could watch the players and starting their dudes.
It's just
but I will say, man,
those players. So
I will say,
for them.
You just be quiet and let me beat you in this fantasy football league.
I will say one thing to give my take real quick. You know what I'm saying? Because then I gotta go take a piss real quick. You know what I'm saying? But this, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know me. I'm just keeping it 100. But
I know what you're saying.
Shout out to my man. You know, I know, right? Getting the goddamn water and drinking the vodka.
Yeah, dude,
anyways,
drink like the good stuff, dude.
Listen,
like,
I'm like I'm a longevity beer drinker. I drink liquor with
IPAs. You know,
listen, then I would be on here just a slurring and anyways, right? Shout out to my man, Complicated Kyrie, man. Shout out to Complicated Kyrie, man, because when I first got him on my show, you know, this was at the height of the riots, and like, you know, I asked a question, you know, so I said, about, the situation and the circumstances, and he said to me, he said, man, you know, you always got to put your content on the line for anything you believe in. You know what I mean?
Sure. Don't back down.
And anything you want to force on, you know what I'm saying? Like, so that's, and that's why we got this cast of gentlemen here tonight. You know what I mean? Like, hey, if anybody stops, wanting to fuck with us because of any of the subject matter tonight, hey, go fuck your life. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, you're pissed as fuck.
Yeah, because man, and even talking about this fantasy shit, the same way we play fantasy, so do these athletes. They play it too, man. They talk shit to each other like, hey, bro, I got you in my league.
But my biggest thing is I ain't gonna sit out here and be like, I own you.
No, for sure. I mean, for sure. And only hold on. Going back to fantasy, though.
You today, you know what I mean?
I do want to say one thing though. When in fantasy isms, right? Specifically, when I'm playing any one of y'all in a league, and I destroy you guys, then you could say, or if you destroy me, you could be like, I owned your ass, motherfucker. I get it, because that's competition right there, right?
I beat your ass.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey,
yeah, I like that better.
Let's get into the next question here.
I like that one.
I beat your ass.
The Baltimore Ravens released a statement today calling for the arrest of the cops that murdered Breonna Taylor and paralyzed Jacob Blake.
Get him.
Yeah, also simultaneously outlining 7 action points to actually be addressed to the Congress and Senate floor. Do you see other teams joining this fight? And what's to say about the Ravens? Now, first off, before we even talk about like the question I asked, so everyone knows, the 7 action points were to actually address things of forcing a assailant running with their back turned. These things forced about Black Matter like this. These 7 points went in depth. Make sure you guys go and read about it. I'll probably after this is posted in the comment section, I'll drop it at the very top of the comment section. But fellas, how do you guys feel? If you've researched it, what do you feel about it? So on and so forth. We start with Justin.
I mean, I think obviously I like this. Like sports, they're there to do more than entertain us. Like you become. That was how they got there, was by entertaining us. But now they're role models to people. They serve a bigger purpose than just they give out awards in the NFL for people who do the biggest outreach in communities and make changes in the community. So like you expect stuff like this, even though the NFL has lagged behind the NBA in it. And so I think it's awesome that they're doing it. I think
that's something to do with pay also.
Yeah, other teams are going to be forced to follow this because you're going to get these athletes that the athletes on the team that are going to support this and vocally support it, which is going to, as we talked about with other sports, force the owner of the team, force their hand. Like they're not going to have an option but to support it, or they're going to look like hey, I'm not behind my players. And you're going to see those players start going to teams like the Ravens who do support it. And shout out to Harbaugh, man. I think both those brothers, the Harbaugh brothers, because his brother was a voice behind Kaepernick during his whole thing, saying he should be on an NFL team. And now you see this from the Ravens. So I can't imagine that, it didn't, the coach didn't have something to do with his voice. And I would guess after hearing his players' thoughts, that's real leadership. So it's good to see that in the NFL.
Let me jump in right quick, man. You got to understand who sits at the top of the Ravens organization. Ozzie Newsome, first of all, a Hall of Fame player with the same.
Not anymore. He retired last year. He retired last year.
But
he did retire, but he got his predecessor.
Yeah, he got his predecessor.
Yeah, it's his thumbprint though.
The owner is Bisciotti, but look though.
He set the system in motion
there. Newsome has his fingerprints on that whole organization right now. As a black man sitting at the top of the table of that motherfucking organization, he's the reason why they did that right now. Even though I'm not gonna knock Harbaugh and all that, though, but Ozzie Newsome has his footprint on that whole motherfucking organization, and that's one of the reasons why it was the first to step out as the NFL, as an NFL organization, get in front of this shit right now, bruh, off top. So I completely respect what they doing, man. And I don't know. Man. I can't say that the other 31 teams is going to do that because it ain't too many motherfucking anybody of color that sits at the table of an NFL organization, bruh. It's all other, the other, and I'm multiracial, bruh. I'm multiracial, and I have that other blood in me, my nigga, on everything. But if you look at them other 31 teams, it ain't too many motherfuckers with the same color skin that I got, maybe even darker, maybe even lighter, that sit at the head of the table. So salute to what the motherfucking Ravens is doing. And doing that what they did, bruh.
Yeah, big up. You know what I'm saying?
Robbie, we can't hear you.
Robbie, you're muted.
Let's talk about the fact this is the city of Baltimore. This is a poverty-stricken area.
Big up to Baltimore.
Not on a minimal scale.
Like third world country.
Heavily.
For real though.
The Wire was legitimately filmed here.
Depicted off that.
This is coming from someone that went to school there at William Pickett Elementary. It's real.
Shout out to William Pickett Elementary.
Yeah, hey, get in there, Kev. Get in there.
Statement from the Ravens. Now, I've been having conversations with a lot of my friends, and one thing that they ask me, what do I think? And I just don't like to criticize how anybody protests. They feel how they do, but from what the Ravens said, reading some of the things they said, asking for the ban of no issue warrants,
prison reform,
in qualified immunity. That's
prison reform
is one of the biggest ones. I was going to get to that. Require body cameras, ban chokeholds, no knock warrants, hold police accountable in court, establish a framework to prohibit racial profiling. A lot of things need to be overhauled, and for the Ravens to say things like that, and they demand that prison reform,
representing Baltimore.
These are very, very
where it goes
good
down.
Stepping points of things that need to be changed, and it's been far too long. So the only thing that needs to happen from this point is to really sit down and say, listen, these things are not doing right to people, minorities. These are literally things that are affecting generations. So change it now. The prison reforms, how they fucking pay the inmates, how you have to put your felon and can't get jobs, so you're even worse off than you were before you got in trouble.
Hey, even
everybody, if
shout
you
out
don't
to your
have
brother,
money,
man.
you don't get to get a good lawyer. If you got a good lawyer, you can get less charges. It's been proven.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Just it's so many things. The list goes on, and that's why I say I don't want to just go talk about it so much, because I'm at a point right now where I'm just watching what's going on, and I'm hoping that everybody in the big influencers in the world with money could come together and say, as a people, this is what we demand, or we're gonna use our leverage and we're gonna figure it out. You know what I mean? Everybody's gonna be affected.
You're muted again, Robbie.
And hey,
I love
hey,
that.
Kev.
I love that as someone that worked in community activism and someone that worked to pass the law. So I love hearing that like feedback and that criticism.
Hey, I do want to say too.
When I work towards my next mission, my next mission, I can take those things in accountability and how I can work next.
Well, so the big thing though is the majority of those things outside the prison reform is those other things you're talking about, Kev, like that they were saying they wanted, like those are already in a bill that's passed the House of Representatives.
SB 2017.
But yeah, the Senate refuses, also known as the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act. But the Senate refuses to vote on it. Not that they voted against it, but they refuse to take a vote. Like, why would you refuse to have a vote?
Because they on some fuck shit.
And that's another thing. You know, it's bigger. It's big, like you said, as far as the Senates and the Congress seats and it's when they say go vote. Oh yeah, you're voting for a president, but he's only going to be here so long.
Yeah,
what
the
about
president's the least important thing you
know what I mean?
What
about all these other people?
You got to do the
and that's what I love. That's what I love at the end of this is that we're going to touch on the importance of voting here in this nation. So I want to make sure we save a lot of our big voting message, but let's keep projecting.
Real quick with this again, though, with the prison reform thing. Hold on, I got.
It's like, wait a minute, give me a second.
But I had a phone call coming in. But with the prison reform thing, like also it's a proven fact that the color of your skin affects your prison sentence. Like,
and I know
people,
you look at the chart. I'm sure there's studies. Look at the studies.
There is.
Hey, check this out. Hold on, real quick.
Go ahead.
If you look like me, you on average, you're getting 2 years less of a sentence than if you look like most of you.
Yeah, or you're not getting shot down when you're like shooting at cops.
Or you make it to prison. Yeah, that's
Belgar, what do you have? I know that you were.
Man, it was just something that I couldn't get a chance to check out. So earlier, the homie Kev's brother, you had shot us a link to one of the articles he wrote, and I didn't get a chance to read the articles. I'm gonna be honest, I was clicking the link, I couldn't figure it out, but the heading was about like how they systematically do this thing with children, even as far as like suspending like. Blacks and minorities, and more often, like all the way starting in a kindergarten type of shit. You know what I mean? Like,
get him like used to it.
Like you're in trouble. You're
you're a bad motherfucker.
You know what I mean? You're not nurtured. You're just you know what I mean? Institutionalizing them. You know what I mean?
Prepping them.
And see, that's another. Justin made a good point about the guidelines,
grooming them. And that's the word I want.
You know what I mean? Look at the 100-to-1 ratio for crack to powder cocaine. Like,
first of all, we know
there's people in jail right now whose whole lives were taken from them because of the choice they made.
Not a choice, man. We know the government. The government went in there and
you know they did
flew that stuff into the territories and dropped them.
They made several movies about it too.
That's what they did. So it's a system. The system isn't broke. I hear that all the time. It's doing what it was built to do.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh, that's powerful right there. That's so true.
We're gonna lock you up for years. Oh, don't be in a gang. Yeah, we're gonna lock you up for even more.
I've been on that other side of that.
Neighborhood. We're gonna lock you up for even longer.
I've been on the other side of that.
So now you're gonna be a slave working in the jail system, getting 20-30 cents an hour, paying your restitution.
I'm gonna go ahead.
He doesn't want to hear this from his chief editor, but I was on probation for 8 years, and I did some jail time for some stuff. But anyway.
You only got to have a dose of it to know what's going on in there.
All right. So real talk. Yeah. Real talk. I never asked to be put in jail, right?
I wish they wouldn't have done that to me.
My stepdad was one of the original creators from Brownsville.
Big up to Brownsville.
Brooklyn.
No.
Brooklyn.
We got a Brownsville, Texas, about an hour from where I'm at.
BK.
But I mean, they out there real heavy up in there in New York, and big shout out to New York, to all the family out there. My stepdad was one of the original.
Big up to Wash.
Was one of the original 13
and
creators.
East Harlem.
Yeah, was one of the original 13 creators of like Bogarts talks about moms. Like Bogart, he know Mama Dukes. Like
big up to Mom Dukes, Mrs. Admiral.
But fucking he was one of the original creators of the Latin Kings, so I noticed oh shit, because your parents made a mistake and you as a minority, you now fall into that category as all of a sudden, now you got to be put in handcuffs immediately as soon as they saw you. It's
I know that familiar. My last name, nigga, is bruh. They
Italian. Your last name is Italian, by the way.
Deep dive into that, but I feel you, Robbie. I know how that shit go, bruh. And my cousin can speak on that shit, but we ain't gonna speak on it. But here in the city where we is, just like how you is the original founders, our motherfucking family is part of the original founders of where we from, bruh.
Yeah, and bro.
Matter of fact, I got one story that I want to share. When my cousin came home,
bro, we on a podcast, bro. We on a podcast, nigga.
He get pulled over by the police, right? This fool is fresh home. He fresh home. We get yanked, right? Look, he about to start smiling, right? This in 2009, 2010. The first thing I do when we get yanked and my cousin get mad at me, he on parole the whole shit. Listen to me, my nigga. The first thing I do, because I'm from where I'm from, my nigga. When they yank us, you know what I do?
Hands up.
I do my motherfucking hands up so fucking fast. This in 2008, whenever this nigga get out, bro.
Hands up, don't shoot. Hands up, don't shoot. I'm innocent.
Because I know how these motherfuckers is, bro.
Yeah, I ain't doing nothing.
Where we come from and what our name is. On my mama. So I hate to cut you off on that story, Robbie. But I feel you so motherfucking hard, bro.
You ain't cut me off.
And I'm not the type of nigga to speak my feelings because I bottle my shit up, bro. And I got so much mental shit going on and mental health as well as physical health, bro. But look, my nigga.
We doing this right now. We doing this right now. Hold on, really quick.
We building.
It's interesting that you brought mental health because September is Mental Health Awareness Month, and we're gonna do a lot of things on the Rumboyz Fantasy Network to talk about mental health and bring awareness to mental health. Just because we drink and shit doesn't mean that we're not concerned about our own mental health. So we're gonna be doing a lot of things for we're an oxymoron. We're the Rumboyz fans. The Rumboyz.
Hey, bro, Jesus used to drink, bro. He was like, go ahead and turn this water into wine.
We're the biggest oxymoron because
Judge Jesus.
It's like because as much as we're possibly degenerates, we're probably not the greatest people to maybe listen to, but we may bring some conscious. Yeah, we're super ironic. Honestly, we're the biggest oxymoron ever. And that's what I love about
and that's why Bogart is the mascot. You know what I'm saying?
I'm down with that. Bogart is our official mascot.
Well, honestly, the pirate ship behind us, I feel like that's probably going to be our mascot for the rest of 2020 because whether we rise or whether
we got to get a picture of Bogart on that pirate ship.
Whether we rise or whether we fall, this is going to be us, guys. Whether it doesn't matter what happens in this.
Yeah, I want Bogart up in that.
This is hard to start. Listen. This is Rumboyz. This is GMM. This is Clock Management. This is Peacock. This is hard to start. This is unity, and we have so many different races.
And we represent the motherfuckers that tap in with us too, though, bro. That's another thing, though. Like how y'all said about the industry, and it's not motherfuckers like us that's getting recognition. That's part of the reason why we started our podcast to put a face. Is doing just
everyday person that's watching.
Shout out to our guys in the chat. So Blake,
you ain't lying, Kev.
Usual.
I'm gonna disclose a big problem tonight, and you guys probably may not be ready for this realization.
No, don't apologize for nothing.
I'm not, Robbie. I have to train a client who's coming over to do a workout, as a matter of fact. So I'm
gonna Peacock. No. Hey, Peacock, give me some good footage. Get us some good footage for Rumboyz Fitness.
I sent you a tray, Peacock.
He be teaching people to fly.
I want to look at it. Hey, look, no, I have to teach a client who's going to come over and work.
I
and then,
sent you to trade.
and then I have 2 drafts coming up this weekend. Plus, I'm finishing a commission that my homeboy, who's a huge Gremlins fan,
That's huge.
Wait, Gremlins the movie?
Yeah, look, check it out. It's half Spike or not Spike. What the fuck is his name?
Yeah, that's a.
Hey, you be drawing you be paying like a motherfucker. You're dope.
I can actually do this really fast. It's just on like my downtime. But I got some articles coming out of huevo, the way I say it down here, huevo, which means if you literally translate it, means all egg, but it means okay. So anyway, huevo for sure. I got some fucking articles coming out on rumboyz.com. You guys check that shit out. I love all of y'all in my panel tonight. This thing was fire, man. All the conversations going on. Robbie the Admiral directing the ship, talking the straight talk, what everybody needs to hear.
I gotta say, you gotta make me a Star Wars picture like that, though.
Done.
Ooh,
We need a leak pick. We need an office leak pick.
Hey, make me the Darth Vader and make Justin the Emperor. You know what I'm saying?
We'll talk about
evil
it.
And evil.
Hey, Miles.
I love you guys, man.
Hey, Miles.
I could be Chewbacca and you could be Hans.
Hey, Miles, from the whole company to your whole family, okay? Give your whole household a big-ass hug from us because your family is our family and our family is your family.
Damn
and we
straight,
love you, brother.
Hey, and you guys are the best.
We haven't seen the kid.
It's been a way. She's been getting better. She's
Hey, I love that.
Let her sleep.
Hey, check this out. Shout out to my shout out to Mrs. Bogart. She's watching right now. She's always watching us live, and she loves the reoccurring.
Shout out to the wifey, big bro.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yo, hold on. Should we do this for the wifey edition?
Hold on. No, yeah. Listen, my girl will be flash. She'll be like, you know what, by Bogart, she gonna lay
I'm
it
gonna
on
MC
me,
this.
right? But check this out. She loves that your little girl's like a reoccurring character because you just see like the bow. You only see like the top of her head because she's so short. You just see her walk across the screen. She's always like,
Kev, did I just spot a Truly's over there?
And then I'm like,
Yeah.
hey, listen, hold on. Truly's give me money.
Hey, look,
Truly's give me money.
We had a draft. What was that? Mexico, JD? I think Arizona. And the homie, he brought some White Claws through it. We making fun of them. We waking up drinking them like these kind of good.
Hey, listen, those things smack, bro.
My girl brought
those things slap.
My girl
I
brought
can't
the
drink
Trulies.
them.
My girl brought the Trulies home. I'm like, I like these better. They just so
Hey,
refreshing.
like the blackberry or I forget which flavor.
I tried
Hey, hold up.
I drink them with vodka. Bro.
I
They
might try
smack.
that.
refreshing. It's refreshing.
I ain't gonna lie, and it's like no sugar. Ain't no sugar.
You
You know what I'm
guys
saying? We ain't trying to get the
Fellas,
BDs.
wait, hang on.
We ain't
I
trying to
wanna
get
do
the
something.
We completely just bogarted Miles's sign.
Wait,
Yeah,
wait,
that's true.
no. I want to do, no, we're all about to sign off because here's what I want to do. They already know where to find us. You guys can find the Hard to Start boys at Hard to Start Fantasy Football. Make sure you guys look them up, Google them. The GM Network, that's where you can find Bogart.
Do the Googles.
Clock Bench Fantasy Football is where you can find Justin. You can find
right here with the
Peacock.
Rumboyz.
Yeah, with the Rumboyz.
At FF_Peacock.
Thank you. I was,
I got you.
And at rumboyz.com. Fellas.
And you can find Kaepernick at knowyourrightscamp.com where you can donate there.
I endorse that message.
Fellas, listen. DK7, bruh. That's my dog.
Yeah.
Hey, fellas, listen.
I'm waiting for that
that.
about Wisconsin, though, bro. He's been slacking. He's normally pretty good, and he hasn't done it. Maybe, they haven't had a practice or day
Is
off
that
yet.
where he's from?
Hold on, fellas. Let me get this together. I want to see how coordinated I can get this together. I want y'all to just be like, until Black Lives Matter. But listen.
Ooh, it's like, that's a lot of syllables.
Listen. This is a business that is doing it for the right reasons, and we're all together for the right reasons. And honestly, fellas, all lives don't matter until
Black Lives Matter.
Thank you.
Hey, and that's the best.
Wait, redo.
All lives don't matter until
Black Lives Matter.
Black Lives.
Thank you. That's better.
Black
no,
Lives.
Look at the backstage, Robbie.
BLM.
Who backstage?
Oh, wait, hey Justin, is that the outro?
Hey, I'm sending trades
No,
on the
I
way
just-
out. Y'all checking them out?
Yeah, I got you. Send me some.
My trades only.
Kev, I'll hit you up, Kev. You know what's up, dog.
My trades
good,
only
man.
stay on board for 5-10 minutes.
Yeah, I see. I noticed that. You don't even let me.
Hell of a
You
show.
don't even let me play hardball. Like
I
I'm
think
like
about
I'm.
them, and then I send you a counter, and they're gone.
I know. I'll be like, yeah,
Decline.
because he's sending them everywhere.
No, it's not a. I don't got a video for it. I'm just at the website for him.
Oh,
that girly.
well, that works.
Girly.
I thought we
Hey,
were
you
getting
got girly so late. Hey, hold on, Kev. You know when you got girly?
I don't even want
'cause you know
girly. I was just
you're right
entertaining
after
y'all.
me. But in the 6th round, it's so much value, right? But this is the thing: is like I would have had
I'm
4
going in the fifth,
Falcons.
I think.
I would have had 4
Hold up.
Falcons on my joint. I was like, damn, I got to take my man Mostert here.
Someone play my outro. Y'all
I
talk
don't know.
too much.
I'm gonna trade with Bogart. I feel.
Hey,
Shout out
hey,
to y'all, man.
yeah, shout out to y'all. Hey, if anybody want to chop up after, after the for
after
a few of my
show.
yeah,
Let's
the
talk
after
trades.
show,
I got
yeah.
5 minutes to talk
Yeah,
trades.
I'm here with you. All right,
Hold on.
hey, play the
I'm
outro, bro.
I'm gonna be working out, dude.
Hey, Black Lives Matter. Fuck everybody who don't even fucking even agree with that. Play that outro thing.
All lives don't matter until
Black Lives Matter.
matter.
Yeah, hey, and if anybody damn go fuck your life, anybody just yeah.
This is either madness or brilliance.
That's got to be the best part I've ever seen.
Down my bladder, kind of matter.